I am the Inked Intuitive, and this is going to be my little mini interview that gives you some background about me and also getting to know me better as to why I do what I do, especially when it comes to tarot and how I make my connections. So I got into tarot about 7 or 8 years ago when I realized that I had a gift, but it wasn't very clear to me how to manifest those gifts or what tools I should use to make them make sense, you know? So I always knew that something was different. I always knew that I kind of had a different perspective, but it wasn't until I discovered tarot that it helped me basically organize my thoughts and give my gifts direction. And from experimenting and becoming better and consistently practicing tarot, not have I only become a better reader, but I've also realized in this journey that I am a psychic medium. When it comes to making selection of cards or decks to use, I am kind of all over the place. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh my gosh, I'll use anything, because I'll tell you right now, I've always been drawn to tarot. I've never been drawn to oracle decks, you know, so to speak. I think that they're cool. I think they have a lot to offer. But to me, I really, really value the complexity that comes with each deck, because each deck has its own tone, its own voice, and its own delivery style, if that makes any sense. So when it comes to picking out tarot decks, I just kind of go what speaks to me. It can be cartoony, it can be very powerful, it can be soulful, it can be playful. It doesn't matter. If I vibe with it, I do, and if I don't, it stays on the shelf. And sometimes even when I know damn well I don't vibe with the deck, right, I'll still get it anyway. I'll still get it anyway because I may feel that I need it later. It's just where I am in my life right now. You know, maybe it's not working for me. And then, you know, who doesn't like to collect things? Whether it's crystals for you, whether it's, you know, arrowheads, tarot, oracle, jewelry, any type of books. Everybody has their own niche. And for me, you know, collecting different decks is mine. To get better connected with my cards, I do make an effort to sit down and to spend time with them every night before I go to bed. Even when I'm really tired, if I don't feel like shuffling and flipping and, you know, really trying to get an in-depth tune in, sometimes I'll just pick a card and that will be the card that I need to concentrate on. Whether it's for tomorrow, what I need to meditate on before I go to sleep, or what I need to see in my dreams as I sleep. So for example, the first card that I got here is the King of Cups. So I kind of need to focus, you know, from a masculine approach. What am I doing with my emotions? Am I putting them forward in a way that is going to benefit me in the long term? Or am I all over the place with them? Am I too overbearing with my emotions? What is it that I need to get in check, or what is it that I need to keep doing? You know, just as an example. When it comes to practicing tarot, I don't think there is a right or a wrong way to do it. I think one of the biggest mistakes that people can make is they try to look at the cards and memorize every single thing in every single meeting, and then when they're actually in a reading, they freeze. You're too busy caught up on the literal meaning of the card and what the book says that you're not listening to your intuition to see what energy you are putting out there and that you are receiving from your clients, right? So for example, just pulling a card here while I keep getting kings. What's happening here? Cups, right? The Seven of Cups means, you know, lots of opportunities, but also be aware of not falling victim to illusions. But to a client who's asking about their love life, maybe they have ideas about how things are turning out or how this person is, and they're either running with those ideas and not paying attention to what's in front of them, or the ideas that they have are just absolute trash, right? This is not the person you fell in love with at all. It's an idea of who you think they are. It really depends on the message that you are receiving and the energy that you're taking in from the client. My advice, honestly, would be to glance at the book and keep it pushing, because each deck has your energy in it. Sometimes when I'm in between readings and I'm not seeing anybody, whether it's at a holistic fair or I'm just sitting here, you know, kind of waiting to go live and getting my mind right, I just shuffle, and I keep shuffling because that's me putting my energy into the deck, and that's my meditative state. You have to do what works for you. Some people don't shuffle at all. Some people, you know, do simple cutting. I like to bridge, you know, that there's something about that sound that's very meditative to me. And some people just like to move them on a table. there are some readers out there who even allow, the clients to physically touch and choose the cards. I don't. That doesn't make me better or worse than anybody, though. That's just my methodology. It's my approach. The last thing I do want to talk about, though, in this little, in-depth deep dive as to who I am and what I do and why I do it. Tarot kind of gets a bad reputation, right? Because we've associated it with this demonic fortune telling, and that's not what it is to me. For me, the Inked Intuitive, right? Tarot is a snapshot of where you are in your life right now, because we can sit here and try to scare people about the future or what they can do or what's coming up. I mean, that advice should be taken, but it should never be scary, and nobody should ever feel that they're locked into anything or they have to do a certain something. It's a snapshot of where you are in your life right now, and here are choices that you have. Here's a direction you can go, because we're humans and we have free will. Don't let anybody tell you that tarot sets everything in stone, because it doesn't. It's more so of a suggestion of advice, because we all don't have to take advice. How many times have you not listened to someone when they've said something to you to do? You know what I mean? So I think we kind of need to step away from that stigma that tarot is this scary fortune telling. If you want to get out of this bad situation, you have to do this. Because in all honesty, maybe somebody's just not ready to leave that situation. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It doesn't mean that they're weak. It doesn't mean that, oh, you need to pity them. You just need to respect where they are, tell them what you see, and then they have the right to make their own choices. That's a little bit about me and how I operate with my cards. Specifically, one of my new fave is the Tazama African Tarot. You see, I've been kind of messing with that the entire video. But yeah, hopefully that dive gave you enough depth. And if you need to come back for more, let's swim.